Hello, everybody. Hope you're having a fabulous Monday. It's just turned, the clock turned 10:30, so if we wanted to even read the numerology of that, where I do have a numerology and tarot class coming up on June 11th, we've been practicing with numbers. Also, if you're VIP in my membership group, you can now see underneath Healing Tools that replay of the tarot numerology class. So today we are focusing on theta healing because I have a free masterclass coming up for my 4-week Heal Money Blocks program starting up on May 30th. So if you do want to join us, there are 7 spots available, and if you sign up before, well, the cutoff date is the 23rd of May, so you will get a free 15-minute one-on-one session with me. So we will do things along the lines of what you're going to see today. And then when you come into the masterclass tomorrow night, so again, I'll put the link in the comments for you guys to sign up. So no charge, which is nice. You will be recorded, and then that will be shown to also all of my members, no matter what level you are, so people can get access if they're not able to attend because of the time or whatever your reason is, okay? So feel free to share in the comments what it is that you're looking to manifest, because a big part of this program is manifestation work. So we are working on raising our vibration, we're working on gratitude, we're working on affirmations. So as a theta healing practitioner, it's my job to go into theta brainwave, which essentially is kind of like a meditative state where I ground myself and then I go up to the 7th plane. And this is where I start to tap into essentially your unconscious self, okay? Which is like the layer underneath everything. So when we go into dream state, again, I'm going into dream state, I'm going into the theta brainwave, we're able to just like access energy that really we're not, I would say, capable of when we're in beta, which is awake state. So our goal in life is to be able to tap into the unconscious self, right? Go into that dream state and become aware of all the things that are going on underneath the surface. And by becoming aware of that, all your limiting beliefs, all your deepest fears, but also your dreams and your goals, and your soul path, your timelines, all of that stuff, when we're able to tap into that, what's going to make your heart sing, what's going to make you happy. And money does fall into that area. That's why we're talking about it. But when we can become aware of that, sometimes that's all we need up here is to be like, oh my God, yes, this is a limiting belief that was my mother's or my grandmother's. Or this is a limiting belief because of society's ways. Or I've had this phobia for years. Okay, so just write down in the comments what are your fears, any limiting beliefs that you might have at this moment in time. Our area of focus is money, but also it could be related to your goals. And then also, when it comes to manifestation work, what is it that you're truly bringing in? So it might be happiness, but what does that happiness look like for you? Okay, so as I was going back into the numerology side of things, 10 represents completion. So a big part of theta healing is we're letting go of something in our life that's no longer serving us, such as a limiting belief, right? And then when we look at the number 10, it also represents a 1, which is a new beginning, and 0, which is spirit. So we're manifesting, or we're bringing in something new that we essentially want to feel, and therefore we'll probably also have, okay? So that might be opportunities. Excuse me, I know Julia did mention, because I was seeing if she was going to be here live, that she's looking for a secondary source of income that complements her job or her hobbies. So right away, because she's being open and wants to clear and heal this, and again, you have to say yes to these downloads. You have to agree to it, because I can offer this to you, but you have to want it. And by saying yes to the download, that's you agreeing that you want to shift the energy. So I'm going to ask for that energy to shift. So when I go into theta brainwave, I'm asking higher source, okay, it is commanded that this be released for Julia, okay? But we're going to replace it with something that she wants to bring in, like a secondary income that makes her improve her quality of life, something like that, right? So the words that we say are extremely important, which is also why in this program we're going to be talking about affirmations and the importance of vibrating words, because I feel into words, so I can see your limiting beliefs based on the energy or the vibration of your words. Because muscle testing is part of theta healing. Essentially, you can test if your vibration of your words are actually aligning with what's going on underneath, okay? So muscle testing, if you don't know how to do that, could be done in so many different ways. You can use a pendulum, you can use your body as a pendulum, you can do like, my name is Robin, my name is John, my name is Robin, my name is John. Anything that's gonna give you a yes or a no, okay? So I use my body as a pendulum often, so it's my name Robin, yes, I'll lean forward. Again, you just have to create some type of neutral state. And then do you lean back or do you lean forward? And so that's, again, just something to practice. We're going to talk about that in our masterclass. So if you feel called to it, we're going to work on any blocks that you might have, even of why you feel like you can't come into the program. Maybe you feel like you can't afford it. Maybe you're too busy with your kids, whatever it is, because time will creep in there as well. So one of the things that I was feeling into with Julia's energy, since we have her here, is the secondary source of income felt really good. Everybody wants that, like, that feeling of flow, right? So I'm writing the energy of flow for you. But also, we can even create, like, we can create limitations on how that's going to happen. So we almost start to control the how. And what we want to really dig on, because this is part of theta healing, dig deeper, is why, Julia, do you want that secondary source of income? What's your purpose? Do you feel like you're lacking finances right now? Do you feel like you're not stimulated in your job? Do you feel like you have all kinds of spare time and you're a little bit bored, so you want something extra to do? So what is your why? So guys, just in general, that's something to consider when you're working on manifesting. What is your why, right? Because sometimes we'll our why is for, like, to make somebody else happy. It's coming from an ego base or an ego state. And with money, ego always tends to come up, because money is something that deep down we never really are looking for money, are we? We're looking for the emotion. So when we do manifestation work, a lot of times, again, like, emotions will come up, because what we truly want to bring in is the good, the stuff that's going to make us feel good, the stuff that's going to make us feel healthier. So again, flow is coming up for you, Julia, to help with retirement. Okay. So if you go into a relaxed state and you focus in on you having this secondary source of income, right? Because you obviously have, you're fixated or stuck on this having to complement your job or your hobbies. But what I think you're probably saying is that you want to get pleasure out of this second income. You want it to be aligned with your spirituality. Maybe you want it to be an effortless form of income. There's more reason in there. So I just feel like there's more in here. So see yourself in that secondary source of income in your ideal world. So money is limitless, life is limitless. And just visualize yourself in the future with that, okay? So the way you want it to be. So, because there are two components to this. So, what does it feel like emotionally to have that second income? What is it bringing you? Just let me know. And while I'm waiting on that, we're going to talk about the numerology again of, I'm seeing 3-9, but also earlier we had 3-0. I keep losing sound and freezing up. Oh no, Mercury retrograde is happening. Safety, ooh, that's a good one. So it's interesting, I was hearing, because I'm clairaudient, when I was working yesterday, safety, 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 that's going to come up in our class because safety is the root chakra. And I was also listening to someone else's weekly reading. She was bringing up money like for the whole week this week. A lot of healers, astrologers, people online are talking about the energy of money right now because of everything that's going on in the sky and also like that full moon that we had. So it's a kind of a perfect time to work on this. So what this person was saying is when your root chakra is off, you naturally start to kind of like worry about money. It wouldn't matter how much money you have. So like there are ways to improve the root chakra as well, right? And let me know if your root chakra feels out of balance. Is that a common thing for you, etc.? Do you run on the anxious side? Do you run on the worrier side? Do you feel like you need to be outside 24/7? Do you feel like you need to eat healthier foods? There's just so many things coming up here. Okay, so you saw yourself with this second income, and the biggest thing that came up for you is safety. So what does safety look like for you in your life? If life were limitless, because we're doing forward movement, we're bringing in the good vibes. So if you have safety in your life and you have this second income, you're all set up for retirement, what does safety look like for you? What does it feel like? What are your relationships like? Because relationships are going to be a big part of this program as well. And by the way, if you guys are hopping into the masterclass tomorrow night, it's at 7 p.m. Those are when all of our calls are going to be on Tuesday nights, 4 in a row, 1 hour over Zoom. And you'll get the replay of it if you're in the program emailed to you. And then this masterclass is only going to be recorded for my members as well. Okay, but we're going to be doing a money ritual. And one thing that you have to bring in is some piece of money. It could be a penny. It could be like an American coin. It could be a loonie, a toonie, whatever. It could just be like a bunch of loose change. Just trust what change you end up, or whatever it is. Trust how much money you actually choose to bring in, or the specific coins, because I feel like we need to read the numerology of that too, and it'll say a lot about where you are with your goals, because we're going to be doing group goals. We're going to be doing a weekly reading for everyone in the group, and so it's important that we get into that vibration. So we're actually going to start off our master class with a money ritual, which is great because that'll get people kind of set up and noticing all the blessings that start coming in for them, because a big part of receiving is also putting things out there, right? So the energy and the flow of money. So Julia, let me know if that relates to you. So freedom. Okay, so you're keeping it really simple. You're definitely not getting descriptive. So obviously, when you feel safe, when the work is there, when the money is there, when you don't have to work, I guess. I get the feeling that you might feel like you have to work. That it's a have to. It's not like I get to, I want to. It's I have to. So are you happy with your work situation now? Because it's really important to clean up what we're dissatisfied with in the now. So yes, you do like your job, or you don't right now. I love it. Okay. So you never feel like you have. So what's the so you said the purpose of having the secondary income is so you can retire. So if you don't get the secondary income, can you still retire? Do you feel? Because this is a feeling. Because you're looking for freedom. So freedom means something different to everybody, right? So I'm just getting the info here so I can do the clearings and healings for you guys. And everybody gets to say yes to this, so we get to piggyback off of each other. This is where it's going to be so much better, guys, when we get to be interactive. One of the things that a lot of people miss out on is like one-on-ones and group settings, because it's so much better when you get to be interactive. I don't have any retirement savings. Boo. I think that's more what this is about. I figured it was either I have to do this or like a heaviness, right? Of like, I don't have what I want. So like a little bit of lack, okay? Or scarcity. Excuse me. So a big thing with money is heart and throat chakra, because it takes a lot to be vulnerable to talk about money, because again, ego comes in the way. I don't want people to know this. It's embarrassing. I'm not happy. I'm dissatisfied. There's a lot of fear. There's a lot of like anger sometimes, etc. So it's interesting. I thought you said resentment. Excuse me. I thought you said resentment, but you actually said retirement. So I was feeling like there might be resentment in there too. Let me know if you connect to that as well, okay? We'll do the third. Feels like there's just a lot of fear in there. I'm going to really have to drink this water. And although we're talking about root chakra, do you also relate to throat chakra? Any blocks around the throat? Because I feel like as healers, we're always, or empaths, we're almost always working on our throat, because we have to, as we like level up and it's scary, it's like, oh my God, I have to tell people this, I have to talk about this, I have to deal with the changes, it's going to be so uncomfortable, that sort of thing. So I don't see you going into depth with this, no resentment, all that stuff. So it just feels like fear, lack mindset, scarcity. The same old for like literally everybody that is working on this. So as we ground you, with permission, is it safe for me to ground you? And if so, just say yes. Oh my goodness, excuse me. And this is for everyone watching, even on the replay, okay? So still say yes to that. Okay, because I get the angel on the shoulder and the devil on the shoulder, okay? As we were just talking about heart chakra and like the ego, okay? So this is gonna be a big one for people, because it's like head and heart, okay? So money is typically the head, and the passions is the heart, right? So say you want to be like an intuitive angel healer or something, right? But then your other part of your brain's like, but I'll never be able to make money doing that. So I really have to take this solid 9-to-5 job. And then on the side, I can be an intuitive angel healer, right? So that logical, that ego brain will definitely block us from actually being fully content and pursuing our dreams and goals, okay? So your dream or your goal, although you're saying is a secondary source of income, what I hear is that you're looking for freedom, kind of like your freedom 55, your retirement, and to just feel safe in general. That's what I'm getting at. There hasn't really been anything else that you really shared here. So not a lot of details. I never planned for retirement, so I'm playing catch up. Okay. So you might feel like you should be further ahead. Like, do you feel like you judge yourself for not being where you want to be? Just out of curiosity. And just instead of saying like, yes, do you want to just say like, yes, I feel like I judge myself, just because I'm asking a lot of questions, if you don't mind. Communication is definitely coming up here as well. Just because I feel like that's a big component of working on money blocks, is having to ask people for help, having to receive, working on and learning how to receive abundance is a big thing for people that are kind of in people pleaser mode, nice mode, especially females. It's kind of a known thing that males tend to feel more comfortable asking for a raise, whereas women maybe are less likely to say, hey, can you pay me more money, or I'm getting out of here, right? We have like this kindness and this gentleness and this softness about us. And sometimes it can be challenging for some women to step into the leadership role. Whereas other people are like, again, it's all just your genetic makeup. But it does feel like for someone watching here, it might not be Julia, that they might struggle with stepping into their power. They don't feel empowered. They might feel like, I want to do this, but I just can't. And so again, that's similar to Julia's energy. All the time I judge myself. Okay, so there. Now we have some more juicy stuff, okay? It's really about the judgment, okay? So as you say yes to the grounding, right? Would you like to know that it's safe to trust your own judgment every single day, no matter what? And if so, just say yes. So I'm offering this download. Do you say yes? I'm hearing yes, but. Okay. So why do you feel like you can't trust yourself or trust your own judgment every single day? Why do you feel like that's not possible? Or what do you feel like holds you back from trusting yourself? Because trust is in the throat, right? So what holds you back? A lot of people, a big part of like all the people I would say I've attracted into my Reiki training over the last 8 years or so, that's now underneath my VIP membership group, so I'm not teaching one-on-one anymore. You have to get all the trainings through my membership. But I've attracted a lot of people that want to step into their power, want to start trusting themselves because they're ready to, right? They're ready to take charge of being their own independent person. I don't want to rely on other people. I want to be able to rely on myself. And that's really, I think, a lot of the people I've been attracting up even since those trainings, because it's like people are ready to start their own business, right? People are ready to receive bigger bucks, things like that. And so I see you stepping into that power now, Julia, which is great. I'm bad with money. Okay, the word bad even has a little bit of a heaviness. So when you think about bad, maybe as a child, this is more like inner child work. We do this when we go into the Akashic Records. So again, I'm going to be going into everybody's Akashic Records when we get into our group setting for our program, and also tomorrow night in the MasterClass. The Akashic Records it's Google for the soul, so we can go into that space and we can ask questions, past, present, and future, which is great, and we can start to dig, but also get some insight, more vision. So if you're clairvoyant, this is a great space to go. Same thing in my membership group. If you're pro, you get access to all the Akashic Records trainings that I've done as well. Just for people that want to feel more empowered to do this type of work on your own independent time too. So don't feel like I'm able to do what I am interested in. Okay, Patty, that's a good one. Yes, I think that's just like there's just like a little bit of limiting belief in there. It's like, that's really common for people. Like, I don't feel like it's possible. Like, I know I'm capable, but I don't really feel like it's possible. So is it resources, Patty, that holds you back from doing what you really want to be doing? Like, is it money? Is it time? Can you pinpoint that? Okay. So would you guys like to know that it's safe to open up to your heart chakra? And if so, just say yes. Would you like to know what it is and what it feels like to have unconditional love in your life? Unconditional love. Would you like to let go of times in your life where you felt like you held yourself back from doing and feeling things that you would like to be doing and feeling emotions that you would like to be feeling? And let's let that go on all levels. So that means on a soul level, on a history level, on a past life level, on a core level, on a genetic level, all the levels, okay? And if you want to read more up on theta healing, go to my blog through horsemanreadings.com, because right now I'm not going to go into explaining all the theta healing stuff. Some people have training that watch me that are clients, and other people are brand new, okay? So I'm getting yeses. All right, I just need to let my dog in. So if you look into your future now, okay, tell me how that feels, because I know there are still blocks in there, but I want you guys to tell me what you feel like is blocking you, okay? I'll be right back. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Okay, so nobody feels like there are any blocks left in there, okay? Well, that was a pretty quick clearing then. Past failures. Okay, I knew there'd be something here. Okay, and I'm feeling a lot of pressure on my head because we were talking about judgment. So again, why do you feel like you judge yourself? And then the other thing, we were talking about inner child work. Like when you were a child, what did the word bad mean to you? Do you feel like you did something? What would happen to you if you did something bad or wrong? So where do you judge yourself? Like what does it feel like when you judge yourself, or why do you judge yourself? And I also get the word stress in relationships. Because sometimes we don't do what we want to do because it'll affect somebody else. And so we'll actually hold ourselves back, or we'll lower our energy for someone else because we don't want to lose a friendship. We don't want to lose a partner. If I surpass this person, well, they're going to be way down here. So I'm just going to keep myself down here. You know, competition's another great one where, oh, we don't want to like be this amazing entrepreneur because maybe we'll step on other people's toes. Maybe we'll, some of their clients will come over and be in our business, and it doesn't feel right to take other people's clients. Who am I to, I was watching somebody's video recently, who am I to write this book and be an author, right? So we'll just kind of keep ourselves down, lower, because it's easier to keep the peace, right? If I start making these big changes, woo, I'm going to rock the boat. That's what I'm kind of getting. So past failures, that's where I keep getting resentment for you, Julie. The past failures have something to do with resentment. So do you feel like, are you still hanging on to any resentment towards anybody else? One thing in theta healing that we do sometimes is a little forgiveness exercise. I think we should do that too. Myself, I always feel like I am unable. Okay, so you feel like you're just holding yourself back, Patty, right? Probably being told that I can't do things. Yeah, for sure. That's a really common one when we tell people our dreams. That's why we're going to have this safe space for my program. There's only 7 people, and everybody's going to be like there for the same reason. And then anybody that watches that in my membership, same thing. They're paying to move forward with the things that they want, right? But when we share some of this stuff with people who are a little bit, I'm going to call them the negative Nancys, the people who are always playing the devil's advocate, the very logical people, they might stomp on our dreams, right? So it's like, oh no, I'm going back into throat chakra. I'm scared to share what my dreams are, right? Maybe like you dream really big, and when you go to share that, somebody says, oh, that's not even possible, right? I think about career as well. Were you told what to do as a career? Were your parents supportive about, like, if you went into education? Were they supportive with the jobs that you wanted to do? And would the people around you in your current life support you in your next steps in your journey? And do you have a support system, right? Lots of stuff. Told I can't do things. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. Yeah. Probably being told that I can't. So yeah, both people. Good. We're both in sync now. That makes me happy. Okay, so would you like to know that it's safe to open up to new directions, new platforms for yourself, and new healthy habits that are going to start to link up or sync up to your divine timelines? Would you like to know what it looks like and feels like to have love on all levels, so that when you do pursue your dreams or your goals, you feel like it's going to actually be supportive for your bank account as well? And would you like to know what it is and what it feels like to line up with the right people in your life as well? And we can say that or something better. A lot of people feel more comfortable with that because that way we're not controlling things as we were starting to do. I saw Julia doing that at the very beginning, right? Now I'm controlling how it's going to happen. I get that because of childhood or genetics, that, you know, maybe we didn't have the best parents or parenting styles growing up. If you had someone in the family that was an alcoholic, for instance, they say sometimes, you know, if you're dealing with someone who's a little Jekyll and Hyde, is that what it's called? When, you know, if they're not drinking, then they're nice, but then they get drinking and they're like, their ego comes out, the devil, as we're talking about the angel and the devil. So you might have been dealing with a parent, or your parents have dealt with a parent where they had substance abuse issues and it changed their personality. And so that person didn't get the love or the unconditional love that they needed, and sometimes the guidance as a child. So it might have meant we grew up too fast. I feel like that happened to me. Or, you know, we were sometimes being told, like you said, what we can't do, that we're not good enough. I kind of feel like not good enough is in there. Or you're wrong in wanting to do the things that you want to do, right? So it's a kind of an icky, toxic, emotional feeling to me. That's what I'm getting. Even some heartbreak is in there. So would you like to let go of times in your life where you were told what to do? And would you like to let go of any emotions around those obstacles that you've had along your path? Let's let that go on a genetic level as well as on a history level. So anybody in your family that was kind of like pushy or controlling or toxic, that could also be an ex-partner as well. And would you like to know that it's safe to heal anything on a vibrational level right now that's no longer serving you? So you can start addressing the things that you truly want to address now that these things are cleaned up. And if so, just say yes. That's pretty deep. I just keep getting that there was someone who either is struggling with substance abuse now because they're like suppressing things because they're dissatisfied in their life. I'm a little dark here. Or you were, some of this is related to somebody who had substance abuse in your life that you're still healing. Okay, so it could be, regardless whether it's from the past or in the now, there's something to do with suppressing your energy or absorbing the energy from someone else that's suppressed energy. But there's suppressed energy here, okay? Let me know what that relates to. Is there anyone in your life or now or from the past that you feel like is suppressing their energy in ways that are not supportive for them because they might be not feeling great about themselves, self-esteem wise? Or maybe they're just coasting through life and not thriving. That could be another one, because I was feeling like there's some depression in here too, okay? Because depression's genetic too, guys. So would you like to let go of times in your life where you felt held back, period? Would you like to know that it's safe to open up your heart to loved ones who do support you? And also, would you like to know that it's safe to open yourself up to unconditional love for other people as well? So let's cut any energy cords with anyone who is not meant to be on your path anymore now and moving forward. And would you like to start trusting that you will absolutely align with who and what you are supposed to do moving forward? Okay. Good. So now look into your future, guys. I'll do it with you and see what that feels like. See what it feels like. Ask your energetic body, do some muscle testing. Does this feel good for me now moving forward? Does this look good for me moving forward? If you're clairvoyant. And if not, just check in with what's coming up for you. I get that there's one person still who's struggling with money. They're just like, yeah, I might feel good about this, but I still don't feel good about money, okay? And I get it's because of, I think it's Julia actually, because I'm feeling like where she was talking about the judgment, right? So would you like to let go of any past failures or any limiting beliefs that you have around money that is no longer serving you? Let's let that go on all levels. Patty's saying this is me, so feel free to share. Or would you like to know what it is and what it looks like to feel abundant, especially in your relationships moving forward? Would you like to know what it looks like and feels like to have harmony and balance, not just in your bank account, but also with your relationships? It's important. Okay, so relationships are coming up and career, okay? But there's still judgment around relationships, there's still judgment around career. So, I mean, a big thing is nobody can make you stop judging yourself. Nobody can make you stop judging yourself, right? If that's a habit or a trait that you think is serving you, then you're going to continue doing it. So, I'm going to ask you, how is judging yourself serving you? Because it's obviously, you're going to hang on to it if you think it's doing you a favor, doing a solid, right? Because we're talking about safety. I have no income as I'm off work sick, okay? Need abundance in all areas. So you are coming into the masterclass. So because that'll be that'll be a space where just the people in the masterclass are going to be there, as I was sharing. So it'll be like that more intimate setting with people that are in the same energy as us. Because I'm not going to go deeper into that. Patty will hold it or write it down for the class, okay? Hurts more, yeah. So it just feels like when we're down and out, right? It's not going to get better. We've lost hope. It's kind of like weight loss in the sense that if we're 500 pounds and we feel like we need to be 200 pounds because that's like our ideal weight or something, then it's like, oh no, I have 300 pounds to lose. And so we need motivation. We need inspiration. That's what I'm getting for our group. We need motivation and we need inspiration, right? So that's what the masterclass is going to be about. No risk if you stay where you are. Yes. Yeah. So what I'm getting here is the word risk maybe is scary, right? Because of the feeling of I'll lose or I won't have. A lot of times people struggle with I have to give up something in order to get something. That's a really common one. And so we could go deeper into the layers with that. So Julia, you're not coming into the masterclass, so make sure that if you want to share in this group more things that you would like to address, I could probably bring those up in the masterclass where you're going to be able to watch the replay, okay? And maybe that'll be helpful for you. You guys can also book a 15-minute free consult, so if you have questions and concerns about coming into the program, then I can address those things for you there and kind of guide you through the steps, because I do have a payment plan, and that's not like a clear payment plan. That's kind of what works best for you, okay? But we want to get you feeling excited about where you're going and being a little happier with balancing out your emotions, because it's actually going to make you feel amazing. And again, it's not always just about the money. It's about feeling good about where you are so you can keep inching your way and grow, right? Because we've got to plant seeds. So we're really going to be working more on this seed planting tomorrow night. So would you like to let go of anything else additional to what we already said that's holding you back? So all the things that you said or energetically said. Would you like to know that it's safe to open up to all the things that you desire, that you dream of, that you said you are manifesting or would like to manifest on an energetic level? So even anything you're visualizing right now, anything you put on your vision boards, because God knows you have vision boards, right? And if you don't, why not? And again, that or something better, so that everybody starts to feel a little bit more aligned energetically, okay? Now we're going to integrate all of this energy. That's a big thing with Theta, is once we agree to the things that we say that we want, then once we integrate, that's when things start to shift. So you might feel this immediately. You might find that something really cool happens to you after you get off here, and I'd love to hear in our group anything that was positive that came up. Or again, if there's still negative stuff, I'll keep an eye on the post in here and I'll start addressing that for our class as well. And what we're going to see in our group is there'll be themes. So we're going to have group goals. Again, we're going to do our weekly reading. We're going to get into a higher vibration. And we're also going to give you guys some guidance and some help moving forward. So when you're actually in the program, we're going to have like week-to-week calls. So then everything that came up for you, we're going to see progress happen from week to week. So from day one, I think you're going to be a completely different person by the last day of class. And you're also going to come out with really, really great lessons, it feels. So you'll have more direction in maybe why things are happening the way that they are, because things are happening for you, not to you. However, sometimes it's how we're analyzing things, okay? Especially it feels like that's going to be common for our group of people. They might be deep thinkers, and so we want to start taking more action as well. Because whenever we do manifesting abundance, there's action that we have to take. It's not about just, I'm just going to put in this download and then everything magical is going to happen to me. No, like it's scary for sure to take those risks, to act on your intuition, to build courage, to have conversations, you know, whatever it is. There's work to be done as well. Okay, guys? So I love you so much. Thanks so much for taking the time here. I'm really looking forward to seeing actual faces in our class. I apologize if the time doesn't work out for everybody. However, that is when our calls are going to be. I'm not going to change it. Sometimes I'll change it for people. But I am going to have that every Tuesday starting off on the 30th of May and then going until June 20th. So if Tuesday at 7 p.m. does not work for you and you can only watch the replays, I would encourage you not to attend and really make sure that you can attend at least 2 out of the 4 calls just so you can really be energetically on board with things. Okay, you're welcome, guys. So yeah, also, if you can do some type of chakra balancing before you come into class tomorrow night, that would be fabulous. I just think you're going to get a lot more out of it if you're coming to class already a little bit cleared and cleansed. Otherwise, it takes longer to get ahead, and we only have 1 hour. And I have a feeling there are going to be quite a few questions, and we want to make sure that we can take advantage of all the healing too. All right, love you guys. Bye for now.